Good afternoon. Today we want to look at fraction, decimal approximation, and percentages. If you look at this rectangle up here that is divided into 4 equal parts, only 3 of the parts are shaded. So that is 3 out of 4 shaded. So I can write that in as a vulgar fraction, 3/4. If I punch this in the calculator, I'm going to have 0.75. So that is decimal fraction. 3/4 is a vulgar fraction. So these are the operations that we'll carry out on fractions. We can add, subtract, and also make use of the LCM when we are doing that. When we are adding or subtracting, we make use of the LCM. When we are multiplying, we multiply numerator to numerator and we multiply denominator to denominator. The number at the top, this 3/4, the number at the top is the numerator, while the one down is the denominator. So when we want to divide, when we are dividing, what we just do is that we change the division sign to multiplication and we flip. We're going to flip the fraction. That is, the numerator becomes the denominator and the denominator becomes numerator. For example, that 3/4, if we flip it, it's going to become 4/3. And to do multiple operations, we follow BODMAS. BODMAS means bracket. We execute what is the bracket first. We turn off to multiplication. D there is division. So when we have division and multiplication in the same calculation, so we do the division before the multiplication. Then followed by addition and subtraction. So we are going to make it very snappy because it's a very bulky topic. So we need to make it we need to simplify it and just take what is very essential there. Now, we want to simplify this fraction. You can see this is multiplication 2 whole number 2/3 times 1 whole number 1/2 divided by 4 whole number 4/5. In examination, you don't need to waste your time. Here, just change each one to improper fraction. How do you change to improper fraction? Like this 2 whole number 2/3. We are going to multiply this by this. 3 times 2, that is 6. Then we add what's at the top there. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. That's 8/3. So let's do that for this. We have 8/3. Then multiply by 1 whole number 1/2. Then we are going to say 2 times 1, 2, then plus the numerator. That is 3. That's going to be 3/2. Then multiply. Now you can see this whole line is division, but I'm changing it to multiplication. So when I change to multiplication, it means that I'm going to flip the fraction. Let me do the fraction because the fraction has to be, there shouldn't be anything beside it. It should be in improper fraction, not mixed fraction. Now let's do this. 4 whole number 4/5. So we're going to do 5 times 4, 20 plus 4, 24. 5 times 4, 20 plus 4, 24/5. So now that I'm changing this division sign, I'm changing it to multiplication. So instead of this one to be divided by 24/5, it's going to be multiplied by 5/24. I told you earlier, when we change division to multiplication, we flip the fraction. So now, we can now, anyone at the top, numerator, can cancel anyone at the bottom, denominator. You can see this 3 can take care of this 3. 8 can divide 24. 8 here 1, 8 in 24 is 3. And you can see that nothing at the numerator can divide anything at the denominator. So what you are left with at the numerator is 5. What you are left at the denominator is 2 and 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. So our answer is 5/6. Let's go to the next line. You can see this next line look bulky. That's why you have to learn the method of quickly turning division to multiplication so that we can work very fast. So yeah, let's check all this one to improper. 3 times 3, 9. I'm dealing with the numerator first. 3 times 3, 9 plus 2, 11. 11 over 3. Multiply by 5 over 6. Multiply by 2 over 3. Oh, I need enough space to do this. I need enough space to do this. Let me erase this. Let me start from the edge there. Now, this is 3 times 3, 9 plus 2, 11 over 3. Multiply by 5 over 6. Multiply by 2 over 3. Now, I want to deal with the denominator. Now, you can see all these things are separated by this division sign. So I'm going to change the division sign to what? Multiplication now. So every fraction under it is going to start flipping. We have 11 over 15 become 15 over 11 times 3 over 4 becomes 4 over 3. And 2 over 27 becomes 27 over 2. So we can start dividing. Numerator can divide denominator. 2 here can cancel 2 here. Can say 11 here can cancel 11 here. Let's see. Oh, we are not. Look, as this is 3. This is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Times 3, that's what? 27. So these 3 together can cancel out this 27. Okay, let's see. 3 can cut 15. 3 in 15 is 5. 3 can cut 6. That is 2. Then this 2 here, 1 can cut what? 4 here. That is what? 2. And what do you get? 5 times 2 is 10. I left with 5. 2, 2, 5, 5. So 5 times 2 is 10. Times 5 is 50. So our answer is 50. Don't forget, in an examination, you can just press your calculator for all these. Let me do that for you. Press my calculator. Let me use calculator. Now look at my calculator here. I can multiply all the numerator first. 11 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 15 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 27. 27. And I have this. So I have to be divided by, don't forget, when you have anyone you want to press down, you have to press, anyone you want to press that is the denominator, you have to divide, press division sign before you do that. Divided by 3, divided by 6, divided by 3, divided by 11, divided by 3, divided by 2. You can see on our calculator we are having 2. We are having 50. Sorry, on our calculator we are having 50 also this point. So take note of that. You can also use your calculator, but I prefer this method if you are very fast with it. Okay, let's look at this. This is another one, but this one is containing the previous one that we saw. We were containing multiplication and division only, but this one is containing subtraction, multiplication, and addition. So how do we do it? You can still use the same approach. But yeah, let's do it. 3 times 3 is what? 9 plus 1, that is 10 over 3 minus this 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1, 5 over 4 times 2 over 3 plus 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2, that is 7 over 5. 7 over 5. So now, we are going to, according to our board mass, you know that multiplication comes before addition and subtraction. So we are going to do the multiplication first. We are going to do the multiplication first. So the multiplication side here. Yes, you can, denominator can call denominator. 2 here 1, 2 here what? 2. Not can divide it again. So we can write it out. 10 over 3 minus 5 over 6 plus 7 over 5. So we can find our SCM now. The easiest way to find the SCM is this. You can see that 3 can go in 6. So don't bother about that 3. So you're going to bother about the 6 and what? 5. 6 and 5, what is the SCM? That is 30. So let's subtract and add at the same time. 30 divided by 3 is 10. 10 times 10, that is 100. Minus 30 divided by 6, that is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Plus 30 divided by 5, that is 6. 6 times 7 is what? 42. So I can point my calculator. 100 minus 75. 100 minus 25 is 75. So 75 plus 42. Okay. 75 plus 42. That's going to be 7. That's going to be 7. 7 plus 4. That's going to be 117. So I'm going to have 117 over what? 30. Don't waste your time. You are allowed to use your calculator. So just press this 117 over 30 in your calculator. 117 divided by 30. You get 3.9. 3.9. So that is 3.9. I know 3.9 is simple as what? 3 whole number, 0.9. 0.9 is 9 over 10. So that is how we do that. So now, when you want to execute anything concerning addition, fraction, multiplication, addition, subtraction, or division, please follow this simple principle so that your calculation can be very fast and you can be able to manage time. So we want to go into approximation. This is what we do. Sometimes when you press your calculator and you can just imagine you press 5 over 3. Your calculator will press 5 over 3. Let's do that. You press 5 divided by 3. You see, you have a very long string of numbers. You cannot write everything out. So you need to approximate it. You need to shorten it. That's what we mean by approximation. So how do we do that? When you want to shorten a number, you have to look at the neighboring number. You have to look at the number that is after it. You have to look at the number that is after it. Is the number that is after it, whether you are going to round it up or you round it down. If the number is 4, the number after it is 4 or less, you are going to round it down. Round it down means that you turn it to 0. And you add the 0 to the number to the number before it. If the number is 5 or more, you turn it to 1. That's what we call round up. So let's see how we do this. Okay, before we even go into this, there's what we call significant number. Significant number and decimal places. That's what we want to focus on. How do you know a number is significant? Because most of the time say, write your answer into 3 significant figures, 4 significant figures, 2 significant figures. How do you know numbers that are significant? This is how you know. Just these three points will make it clear to you. Number 1, captive zeros are significant. You can see, if you look at it, you see 4.001. The 0 and the 2 zeros are in between 1 and 4. They are captive. So the zeros are significant. The zeros are significant. Now look at the second one. Leading zeros are mere placeholders. They are not significant. You have 0.0075. 0.0075. They are not, the 0 here, they are not significant. 0.00, they are not significant. So take note of that. They are just placeholder. They are just trying to hold on the place so that 7 can be properly written in its place. Because without them, this 7 will mean another thing when we move it to their position. Let's now look at trailing zero. This one is the most, this is where students normally make mistakes very well. So look at trailing zeros, the zeros that are after numbers. Now look at 4.100. You check. You can see we have checked in the previous one. We said leading zeros, zeros that are starting. This one are trailing zeros, zeros that are ending numbers. 4.100. If it is a decimal number, the 00 are important as they are significant. But if the number is not decimal, there's no decimal point there. 4100 has no decimal point. So we are just going to count 4 and 1 as significant, and we say it is too significant. 4.100, because of that point, 00 there are significant. So we say it is 4 significant figure. Please take note of this. In our next part of the video, we're going to solve problems on this. Thank you. Okay, let's continue from where we stopped. We're able to explain the three important points that will let you know whether a number is significant or not. So let's go. In this type of problems under this topic, you are going to be using your calculator. So take note. This one is 21/9 to 3 significant figures. Let's bring out our calculator immediately. 21/9. 21 divided by 9. That is 2.333. Now they said they want it in 3 significant figures. Now, 3 significant figures. This is first significant figure, second significant figure. This is third significant figure. So this is where you don't need this part.